Previously on The Apprentice, each team was asked to create a mobile billboard to promote Tide's new stain remover pen. Their judge was branding expert Peter Arnell.
Let's get going.
I'm thinking just people doing different things, constantly moving. See, that is something I would be attracted to.
So we're going a completely different direction than showing the product. We're not really showing the product at all. We're aware of that?
Yes.
Sarah's management is in the toilet. It just makes no sense.
Street performance is not a plan. I mean, it's creating a buzz.
You guys have to take what we've got and make it work.
Carrie takes on the role as accountant. When it comes to anything else, she's pretty much useless.
What about a boxing ring? And
Okay.
this is our prize fighter, and he's knocked out all the stains.
Knocking out all the stains. I like that. Oh my God, I love that. In a few moments, we will match Tide to Go Joe versus 3 different stains.
I'm not a fighter, but I'll fight the stains to the death.
Time for Tide to go.
It's time for Tide to go.
Time for Tide to go. It's time for Tide to go. We're up on stage making total fools of ourselves. It was just desperate.
How did Matchstick do?
They did extraordinary.
What about Primarius?
I mean, it was the most pathetic display I've ever seen. It was actually a waste of my time.
What went wrong with this task?
We never picked a lane.
You know, at some point, you have to say, okay, let's work with what we've got.
There was no concept.
Sarah, who do you think did the best job?
I think Jim.
Why don't you go back to the loft?
Thank you very much.
Sarah, who would you send home?
Howie. Every single person is questioned, what did Howie do? I have a problem with your dishonesty. I really do. It's really pathetic.
Sarah, your leadership qualities were very lacking. And Carrie, you really weren't much of a second in command. I think both of you are the reason for this loss. Neither one of you fit in. Goodbye. 8 candidates remain. Who will ultimately be the apprentice?
Martha was incredibly displeased and expressed in no uncertain terms this was the most horrible botchery of a task that's ever occurred.
Why did she send you?
Sarah was asked who the strongest player was on this task.
And you walk out.
Well, I'm not as weak as you think.
Howie!
That's it.
Because they both lied.
Yeah, good job,
They
buddy.
both lied through their teeth and they got busted.
Oh my God.
She said, every member here has said that Howie doesn't do anything. I said, I've never said that once. She was a snake, and that's all she will ever be, and I am done, and I never need to see her again as long as I live.
Ooh, I wish I was a fly on the wall in that room.
By the way, Jim, tomorrow, here's the task. Where do you find a good bagel?
Right.
That's the task.
Right,
Where do
right.
you find a good piece of pizza in New York?
This is the team of 3 of us.
I think the fact that we're the fun kids on the play yard right now is going to work for us. I think that Matchstick will easily count us out and say that, you know, they're just a bunch of screw-ups now. All the better for us.
New York is in the house. All right, we're gonna play the quiet game for 24 hours.
That's not going to happen.
See who will win.
It's not gonna
the
happen.
team with Ryan and Marcella or the team with Jim, Bethany, and Howie?
I have never worked with Jim or Bethany, so I really don't know much about their business skills. I just know, you know, how crazy they are. I would definitely not want us working together.
Check, please. Waiter, can I get the check? Hello?
Hi, I'm calling from Martha's office. She's asked that you join her in the 9th floor clear story at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yes, and this is the whole inside, which is so nice.
But you've taken the picture for the flower?
No, we haven't done it yet, so it's a little bit late. Ah, hey. The groups are shrinking in size. We're down to 5 and 3. So we have to even that out. We'll go tell them about their next exciting task. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
Now, look at the teams, 5-3.
It's okay.
Primarius, you had the worst task performance last week, and I think you could use some help. Matchstick, who has the best record so far as project manager? Donna, I'm going to ask you to rejoin your old team, Primarius, to even it out.
Hi.
Is that okay?
Fine with me.
It's fine with you. Good, you have that right attitude. And Bethany, I hope you're ready to lead, since you are the last candidate to be a project manager. In the Clear Story here, you can see a lot of outdoor furniture. We pride ourselves on the development of outdoor furniture that we did for Martha Stewart every day. And we have had a wonderful record of success with our outdoor products. So for your next task, you're going to try to sell an outdoor product just like we do. Each team is going to have its own bus to take it to QVC in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Each team is going to choose one product having to do with the outdoors, and you will have 10 minutes live on QVC to sell that product. The team with the most revenues at the end of the 10 minutes wins. When I was on QVC, and I've done it several times, I think we sold somewhere in the vicinity of 55,000 books. That's an extraordinary number of books if you know anything about book publishing.
That's you, though.
You have to communicate, you have to know the product, you have to believe in the product, and sell that product to the widest possible audience. Alexis and Charles will be coming to see how you're doing. Of course, the winning team will be congratulated, and the losing team is going to meet me in the conference room. One of you will be sent home, okay?
Good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you
so much. Ours is the first one, is that right?
Yes. My new team is Howie, Jim, and Bethany. I was really sad to leave Matchstick. We didn't have a lot of conflict. Everybody worked hard. I'm definitely gonna miss them.
It's not a hard task.
What?
It's not a hard task, I said.
Well, let's not eat our words. This is the first time I'm the project manager, and if I make the wrong choice about who to put on the air to sell the product, we could lose the task. Here, QVC spans all socioeconomic groups. The hosts provide viewers with a sense of companionship. Their job is to chat with the callers and not always push a hard sell. I almost feel like Donna's gonna have to be on TV. You're gonna trust you more than they will me.
You got that right. And put Howie on. Yeah.
He'd appeal to like women with like me. He's like a lover.
He's chiseled.
He's like a lover.
We all agree that Donna was a better choice than Bethany as far as doing the presentation. I think for the guys, you know, I think I was a better choice than Jim. Jim is definitely in charge of the slogan.
Okay. If you're an old who can't seem to keep his coffee steady.
There's a little bit more energy on this team, I will say that. Someone that definitely needs to be more calm, just kind of talk about the product, you know what I mean? I was pretty frustrated. The whole team seemed very unprofessional. Every 3 minutes, something comes out of Jim's mouth that I cringe at.
If you're one of them fat bastards that eats like a pig.
All right, reel it in. Reel it in.
Oh, well.
I tell Jim to shut up, and Jim shuts up, and I tell Jim to simmer, and Jim simmers, because I know how to manage Jim.
Look at Donna, she's just not amused.
But I don't think that Donna can function unless it's really quiet and controlled. Guess what? Life isn't quiet and controlled.
Woo!
Pricing we can knock out as a group, right? As an entire group, talk about
The pricing we can probably do as we're getting this, as we get the item picked off the shelf. We can figure out.
Last night I decided that I would step up and be project manager. I really want to win this task, and I think I give my team the best chance when I'm in a position of leadership.
First thing we do, we're all gonna go start looking at products, and then you guys are gonna go look at the set.
It's not going to take 30 minutes to pick a product, you know? We just go and we go, this is the one. Based on all this research that we've done, we have a gut intuition, you know?
And then based on the sets that you like.
And the only reason it's going to make them stay on that channel is having a beautiful set. And we want all the best props.
As soon as you get a good idea which set you like.
And you know what? We'll get the props that we think are the best. And if we don't use all of them, we don't use all of them.
It's very common for Amanda to take control of every little situation. I mean, you can't get a word in edgewise.
I think it's kind of risky, because I've watched.
The organizer for the bucket was 12. The hopper was 20.
I think she needs to just back off and relax a little bit. But I don't want to butt in just for the sake of butting in.
And we have to also really think of something that we can demo really well.
When your project manager was someone like Amanda, you got to pick your battles, and Amanda's not a battle I want to pick right now.
Well, good. That's a good outline for today.
In business promotion, the pitch is what you say, how you show the product to your customers. We can do a lot of good for small entrepreneurs in America. So you have to know your product, you have to know your customer, you have to know the tone you have to take. That is your pitch.
Our task is to choose a product from the QVC warehouse, design a sales strategy, and sell it live on QVC for 10 minutes. And the team with the most revenue is going to win the task.
So this is where all the products are that we're going to have to choose from.
That's correct.
Perfect.
The QVC warehouse is amazing. Aisle after aisle of product, and then on top of that, row after row.
Stuff right here. Pet brushes?
No.
No. Pet brush trimming tools.
Are there prices on these yet?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Minimum price are on here.
Oh, look at this, guys. Full-size hammock.
What's that?
And carrying
Hammock? That's a good one.
This is a good one.
This is a possibility.
This is a possibility.
This looks great. Everybody wants teak.
That's a minimum price of $99. You can get a hose reel for 35 bucks.
But this nice with the automatic,
This is beautiful.
water powered.
Yeah.
Almost immediately, I chose the Real Smart automatic hose rewinder. It was kind of genius. It was basically a self-rewinding water hose that was powered by water. It was priced at $99.43, and I bumped it up to $99.97, trying to keep it below that psychological hurdle of $100. I'm gonna make a final decision right now. I like the hose, guys. I want to sell the hose.
Okay.
We're gonna actually walk back this way. I'll let you look.
Thank you very much.
That's for a hose? I just feel like $100 is a lot of money for a hose.
Fine.
I bought a hose, it was $18.99.
But closes everything up.
We were debating between the portable air compressor or the collapsible fold-away hammock in a bag.
Quick and easy to set up.
Like this? Oh, look, you just used the locking cotter pins.
I can't get it in.
Can't get it to go. You better start looking at the directions.
The Two Stooges pulled the hammock off the shelf, and they were in the middle of the aisle, and I mean, it was poetry in motion.
It's great, but you're not gonna take this on the beach.
Oh,
You all right?
we might not want to go with the hammock.
Gently. This is a piece of equipment you can really get behind.
We decided we were going with the Bon Air inflator. The product is a device that inflates tires and mattresses and balls. We settled on $44.78, so that's the price. What I want to do at some point soon is you guys just stand up in the room and just ad lib. It doesn't have to be
away from that, right?
Yeah, no, way from that. No, I want to make sure that you guys can do it. But I'm not sure if Donna can draw people in for 10 minutes. I need to be convinced. Have you ever spoken on television in front of people and kept them in to get them to buy millions?
Not a 10-minute. Have you?
No. That's what I'm saying.
I don't like Bethany's leadership style. She talks really fast, she gets really nervous, and she just made us more nervous about being on TV.
You seem really stressed out about having us do it. Like, you really do.
I'm only stressed out because you're quiet.
Right, I am.
That's what you...
If I put Donna on the air, one of the cons could be that Donna's not a charismatic person. You know, I mean, Donna was not the cool kid in school. It's obvious. She's a bore. As long as you're totally comfortable.
I don't know how comfortable I'll be tomorrow because I've never done it. But, I mean...
That's my issue. It's the most important thing in the entire task.
Wow, this is going to be fun.
After we chose our product, the self-rewinding water hose, we went out to the set location. Here's what's gonna happen. For now, plan that you two are gonna be on the air. Marcella and I are gonna go to the prop room right now. Marcella's role is to make it look like a nice QVC set. I would kind of oversee the whole production side of things, and I decided to put Leslie and Amanda on the set. Leslie, you're definitely gonna be the lead on the show tomorrow as the expert, okay? So I'm depending on you to show the credibility of the product.
But I'm not speaking at all. I just don't like that.
Well, I'm the kind of person that likes to lead. I think I've proven myself in the past tasks that I have no problem selling. I'm gutsy, full of energy, and people seem to respond well to me. What I don't want is to be like out of place, randomly working the product, when she and the host could go over there and work the product. I mean, it looks dumb to have me standing there doing it.
This is not about my ego or 5 minutes or share.
No,
I don't give
absolutely
a damn. What I give a damn about is I'm going to be the best salesperson for you. Promise.
Okay.
Hi.
Have a seat.
And I know some about selling as well. I know how to sell, but
This is
I'm thinking like she
communicating.
does.
This isn't selling. I know you think it's selling. I think it's communicating.
You've got to have one expert who
Okay.
carries the story.
Okay.
Does somebody who's
You
credible...
just saying one expert, not two.
You have to work me in enough so it makes sense to the people that are listening.
Okay.
Matchstick has a good strategy of having Leslie as the main on-air personality and Amanda as the demonstrator, though I have a feeling that Amanda really wants to be the on-air personality.
I just want to make sure any decision we're making it for the right reason, not because...
Believe me, there's no ego in this.
I completely understand what
I mean,
you're
I
if
want
you
you to lead the sales. No,
I don't have to.
I told you from the start, I want you to be the lead on the sales. No, listen to me, listen to me. I told you from the beginning, I want you to lead the sales.
This type of task is made for someone like Leslie, whose real strengths are in soft sales and market research.
If your gut is telling you this is going to sell better with only one expert on the set, then I'm backing up 100%. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Okay.
I would like a rehearsal.
All you do is get your needle attachment.
Look how quick that was. So simple, so easy. Kids are ready to play with it, right?
We launched on a mock QVC presentation, and Donna was great. But there is a giant pink elephant in the room. Howie didn't jump in once. How are you comfortable to be a talent?
Yeah, I have no problem doing it.
Let's go through it a little bit.
The Bon Air called this airflater does it all. The Bon Air, the Bon Air, what is it? The Bon
You
Air.
gotta get the name down.
I gotta get the name down.
Over and over, I asked him to get into it, to tell me about the product, and he kept saying he was gonna get to it, but I didn't understand when it was gonna start. Howie, you gotta start doing it. I wanna hear
I
it.
gotta start looking it over. And
Then sit down and look it over, and then let's do it. We gotta win. Finally, it's 2 a.m. We're outside on the set, and I force Howie to rehearse with Donna and just go through it.
I mean, in my garage right now, I probably have 6 pumps, and I'd much rather have one item right here and just an easy-to-use, compact
You talking to me?
tool. Yeah.
Hey, Howie, so you're showcasing the, what's this called now?
It's one simple, easy-to-use device. Lightweight, rechargeable air compressor. It's inflatable. It's
Bon Air.
The fact that Howie choked meant that Howie had done nothing all day long. Howie didn't know the name of the product we were selling. Howie just basically wasted our time. Howie, I don't want you to argue with me because I am the PM and I'm making this decision. Jim's gonna do it. You'll be fine on the directing.
All right.
Donna and Jim are gonna have to do it.
My biggest concern about having Jim be the one on live television is you never know when Jim's gonna say something that he shouldn't.
Dude, I'm afraid I'm gonna like go off and be like a nut. You know what I mean? That's like my natural reaction. It's gonna really be bad.
Good morning. Hi, George. Hi, Greg. I was really comfortable with picking out the props and set design, especially when Amanda moved away and started working on her presentation. Is there any way we can move it over here so it's a straight shot?
It's fine with me.
Okay. That looks nice.
Are you starting over here?
No, we're starting here, then going over here, then going back in the middle, and then me over here by myself, just working, spraying, reeling it back in.
Okay.
So at that point, they're done, like moving all around.
Okay, but you're still going to be demoing.
I'm still demoing away.
Okay.
Okay, let's practice.
Okay.
Okay. I like it up here. I like it messy.
You won't
and
get it behind
You don't
you.
want this, you know? You want this. I didn't like it in the middle of the shot. I think you should put that hose back over there. And then when you're talking about this one, you can actually say, you know,
Yeah,
this
I don't
thing
like
gets
that at all.
drugged.
All right, what's the deal here? What's the?
Yeah, well, just give us 2 seconds.
Well, no, I'm the project manager. I'm gonna make a final decision on this.
Well, first of all, we were talking about putting a hose over.
That was
so-
kind of secondary, though.
Well, just let me talk in one by one.
Go ahead.
I think we should put this hose over there, and that way, when I'm doing a third demonstration,
Leslie and I are both frustrated with Amanda at this point. She's supposed to be less of an influence on set. And while she acknowledges that, I keep hearing her say the same things over and over. Well, we need to do this, and I need to say that.
Every time I'm with Amanda, I have to like jump in while she's talking, and I hate that. I hate that. That's not my personality.
It's not mine either. You know how to block her out,
I do.
right? Then I'll keep the shot on you guys. I'm in control. I'm going to be in the producer's chair, and I'm going to decide which camera angles we use and where the camera is focusing. The shot will always follow Leslie.
About the drainage system, that's going to get all the water out of the hose.
Perfect.
Stand by, control remains.
30 seconds.
Leslie, can you wave to me right now? I had never been in a control room before. I'd never directed a show.
This is what's going out on air.
Right.
Okay. This is the next shot.
Okay. I got graphs in front of me on one side. I got little TVs on another side. I got a headset on my head. It was really nuts. This is Leslie's show.
Dear Leslie, dear Leslie.
If she can get out there and really tell a story about this product instead of trying to sell the product, I think we'll hit a home run.
Okay, coming to you guys in 5, 4,
Right now,
3,
we're starting off
2,
with something brand
1.
new.
You're up.
Leslie, thanks for being here, and tell us about this brand new exciting item. It is called the Real Smart Water-Powered Automatic Hose Recoil.
This fabulous new feature will rewind the entire hose for you with one simple step.
We've sold 2 already. Keep up the good work, guys. As soon as the host started interacting with Leslie and carrying on a conversation, the sales started picking up.
But it's something that every family can use and avoid that back-breaking pain.
That's right.
Of lifting up all that
And
hose.
let's show you exactly how it works. Amanda's over here. This is a fabulous product. You simply flip this one lever, and it's a controlled retraction into the box.
Okay, Amanda, stay out of the
That
shot.
way, this is how it comes. It comes out of the box just like this.
I noticed right off the bat that the call volume dropped when we went to a shot of Amanda, so I limited her to just a couple sentences, and I moved the camera back to Leslie.
Go to the still, Ryan.
Let's go to the beauty shot for 3 seconds.
Okay, it's up.
We're going to work it through this reel. And the reel
Okay, that's enough. Let's go back out to Leslie.
That's beautiful as the side table. It goes with the rest of the furniture, but you put them on both sides of the house. Get multiple.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you so much. Stay right where you are.
Good job, you guys. That was awesome.
It was so nice working with you. Good luck.
Oh, thank you so much.
I thought it went phenomenal, and we nailed it. I mean, every point that we wanted to hit, we hit.
That was fun.
You did great.
How did you end up in this group?
Oh,
3
boy.
jokers.
It's like a freaking circus.
It is.
All right, 2 to the control room. Come with me.
Yes.
2 to the set. We'll go with Ray.
Jimbo.
Thanks a lot,
You get
dog.
some
All right, yeah, I will. What's it called again? Just kidding.
The Bon Air.
The Bon Air cordless inflator.
inflator.
It's showtime, and I'm not nervous a lick.
Is that anywhere on?
The only thing that bugged me was I couldn't practice at all.
Ready to Oliver Stone it right now.
Oliver Stone, okay.
All right.
I push down 3, I get Jim. I push down 4, I get Donna. Jim, could you hear me?
Hey, Howie, that was me that you were talking to, not Jim.
45 seconds.
Jimbo, could you hear me?
No, that's Donna again. It's not Jim.
Howie, get it right, man.
Donna, if you could hear me, give me a thumbs up.
I'm being told by the production booth to pull my pants down.
Jim, come on. Right before we went live, Jim was leaning up against the car, spanking himself.
On that pants.
I was very nervous about Jim on live television, spewing out crude remarks about his balls, about getting spanked.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon. You're watching QVC. My name is Patty Riley. This is a QVC sampler. We have something brand new for you to take a look at right now. Our expert guest, Jim. Nice to see you.
Meet you.
Can you tell us a little bit about this new product you brought in
Sure
today?
can. Well, my favorite thing about the Bon Air cordless.
Zoom in on the product a little more.
Zach, tilt down and push right into that product, please.
I don't know about you, but I have anywhere from 5 to 6 pumps in my garage. I'm a little embarrassed about it, but
I'm sitting up in the command center, sort of like Captain Kirk, and all the sales on a graph coming through. 2 minutes went by, and we were like 5, and I'm like, oh, my God.
This does.
You know, Patty, as a father of a 4-year-old girl, everywhere we go on vacation, we need to bring the inflatables that my daughter simply has to have as soon as we get to the destination. So,
Jim starts pitching the product as a father, and once he started bringing up his daughter, the sales really started coming in.
you know, most bicycle pumps and things like that don't handle of hurting.
Jim was like a Midwestern goofy dad, and that's exactly what I wanted him to be.
Donna, you need a Bon Air.
I know, it would be just
Go back to the tire and demo it.
Later. And as a matter of fact, we were able to do it
So,
over here. Of course,
you just walked out of your shot.
Howie, you gotta tell Jim when he's blocking him.
Jim, could you hear me?
Bicycles. I mean, it pumps up in a matter of seconds.
Oh, you got a bad angle there.
Can you go around to the tire, please?
Sarah, coming around to you.
No, Patty, the thing I like about this is I'm always a little nervous about going to the gas station and pumping up my tires. I'm just fearful that I'm going to overinflate them. With the Bon Air inflator, you won't overinflate them.
fear at all.
It stops.
15 seconds.
Time to wrap, Patty.
Jim, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Donna, good to meet you. And we're going to send it back over to Dave. Dave?
All right, we're clear. Thank you.
That was so much fun. It was so great.
Oh, what a rush. Are you kidding me?
Oh, they're here.
Ladies!
I was so surprised that Jim and I had the chemistry that we had on set. He really stepped up.
I don't know how they could be as good as you guys. You guys were just as good as someone on television.
It's going to be close.
Bethany, it was your first time as project manager. How do you think you did?
I really enjoyed it a lot. I loved every minute of it. I loved my team. I loved the dynamic.
How did Donna do?
Donna was great. We all, I'm sure she was shocked by the different, energy and the dynamic, but we all worked together really great. It was great.
So, Alexis, how did Primarius do ultimately?
Well, as you saw, Donna and Jim were on television, and they were selling a cordless air inflator.
The Bon Air.
Which I love. And they sold 266 units at $44.78 for a total of $11,911.48.
So, what do you think?
Every goal that we had, we accomplished. If we don't win, I don't know what I'm going to say, because what more could we have done?
So, Charles, how did Matchstick do?
Leslie and Amanda were on camera for Matchstick.
I saw.
And the team selected the Hydro Teak Box Hose Retractor. And they sold less units, 143 to be exact, but for a higher price of $99.97. And their grand total was $14,295.71.
So that's a great job, Matchstick. You win, obviously, because it's dollars. I really liked how you sold. Your approach was excellent for QVC, and I think you hit on the salient points very well. So for your reward, you're going to take a helicopter tomorrow. Yes, and you're going to fly out to East Hampton. I have a beautiful house on Lily Pond Lane, and you're going to be greeted by Kevin Sharkey, our decorating editor at Martha Stewart Living. He's worked a lot on that house with me, and he really knows it. You're going to enjoy it. Primarius, unfortunately, I will see you here in the conference room, and one of you will be sent home.
I don't want to go in there tomorrow. Like, can I just call in sick? Like, I don't feel well. Could everyone else go in for me?
I hate losing. I hate it. Let's go over some famous quotes. Who's this, Richard Nixon? You must never be satisfied with losing, but the mark of a good loser is that he takes his anger out on himself and not his victorious opponents or on his teammates. Get away from me. No, I'm just kidding. When I found out what the reward was, I was definitely crushed. I mean, the dying to go on a helicopter, I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable about it. I hate it.
I think the best part about the chopper ride was actually lifting off the ground. I mean, it went from nothing to like instantaneously in the air. And just riding around Manhattan, seeing the huge buildings was just really fun.
We're going right by our loft.
Home sweet home. Hi, guys. I think people do this all the time.
When we touched down in the Hamptons, a limo picked us up, and we took the limo to Martha's house.
Oh, wisteria. Gosh, how beautiful.
Hey, Kevin. We were met at the door by Kevin Sharkey.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Lily Pond.
Amazing.
Isn't it great? Did you have a good trip out?
Yes.
Good. Come on in.
Thank
Give you
you.
a tour.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the entry hall. The tarpon welcomes you. And that sort of tells you pretty much what you're going to see throughout the house. The colors of the house were based on tarpon fish. Martha collects taxidermy, and this is...
Does she really?
Oh, yeah.
Just
yeah.
like fish, mostly?
No,
all different?
fish, everything. Martha is the biggest animal lover there is. In the dining room, the Venetian glass chandelier is the showstopper. From the chandelier, we sort of picked the ceiling color, and that's sort of a Martha's signature as well. She generally paints ceilings a color.
You know, one thing about all of these rewards is consistently Martha is letting us walk in her shoes, and she's really trying to let you feel, are you a good fit for my company? Because this is me.
Martha is a big fan of monochromatic interiors. This is a color that we found on a faded linen.
Having Leslie, Marcella, and Amanda there with me to share the experience was really special. They're great girls. They worked hard for me on this task, and the reward was wonderful for all of us. She's pretty good at what she does.
Yeah, pretty good, you know.
Yeah, to say the least.
Who do you think should go? I won't hold it against you even if it's me. I'm just seriously curious.
I can't work for somebody with your personality. The energy was not like controlled energy, and it wasn't focused energy. I'd rather have the calm, you know what I mean? Let's focus, let's get it done. It's not about...
I just bust my ass so hard. I do. I mean, I didn't win. I'm so upset I didn't win. I really want this job. I like identify with this job. I identify with Martha.
I think we are extremely opposite. So if she's looking for someone like you, she's not looking for me. If she's looking like someone like me, she's not looking like you. I think Bethany should most likely be the one that goes home. But I know anytime you're going into the conference room, you have things to worry about because you never know what Martha wants to do.
Your only chance is to go after Howie. I don't want to see you go down. I'd rather have you than Howie, and there's no doubt about that. Whoops, here he comes. Hey, Hal. Donna had the actual nerve to come up to you and be like...
She just said to me that I can't work in an environment like that. I need
Well,
peace
that's
and
wrong.
quiet.
What does that mean? She should be able to. Welcome to the real world.
That's what I'm talking about. Donna comes to a company and expects that company to change for her. If either Bethany or Howie are going to go home anyway, what harm is it for me to have one of them plant that seed in Martha's mind at this point? We have to change for Donna. Well, Jim, that's not why you lost. No, that's true. That's not why we lost. I just wanted you to know that fact, Martha.
It's gonna come up.
Hi, you can go in, they're waiting for you.
Primarius, Matchstick beat you again. Bethany, this was your first task as project manager.
Correct.
And you lost. Why do you think?
I mean, in this particular task, I can't say that anybody stuck out as being the person that was responsible for losing.
Donna, how was Bethany as a project manager?
Actually, I did not think she was a good project manager. Bethany is very hyper, very easily excitable. I look at a leader to motivate, inspire their team, to instill confidence in their team, and I thought Bethany actually did the opposite.
What do you think, Bethany?
I second-guessed Donna doing the on-air presentation. I thought that she might not be captivating enough, and we talked about it, and once I realized that I was like sort of hurting her feelings and making her stressed out, I corrected it and we moved forward.
What did you think of your sales presentation, yours and Jim's?
I mean, I actually thought we did a good job. I was really surprised that Jim and I would be able to work well together. I was actually shocked.
So, Howie, why did you guys lose?
I mean, I guess you could say we picked the wrong product. I mean, as a group, we picked the wrong product.
I don't think it was so much the choice of product as your sales pitch. I saw your appearances on QVC. Jim talked over Donna a lot. I don't know if you noticed that. And you didn't look at the camera. You were always, your back was almost to us. You didn't practice your presentation enough to make it as effective as it could have been.
Don't forget, I jumped in at the last minute to replace Howie's decision to back out, and
My decision was not to back out. That's not the case. Don't say that.
It was never rehearsed.
Well, wait a minute. What about Howie? Now, you said you would do it.
Yes.
And then what happened?
I said I was doing it. Dawn and I worked on the whole thing. We laid it all out.
Howie, did you want to do that?
I mean, I was more than willing to do it, but it was the kind of thing I was totally set to do it. And
Did you try to do it with
yes,
Donna?
we did it a couple times. It just wasn't, it was going, but I just wasn't.
No magnetism?
I mean, we have some chemistry, but I guess not on air.
Howie didn't seem comfortable with it. He didn't.
But didn't you guys want Howie to rehearse and he...
I said, please, Howie, read it to me. I just want to hear one time. He tried once and said, I don't even know the name of the product. This was hours after we started, so I finally had to say, like, you're pulled. So I made the decision it has to be, sorry, I don't want to get hyper. I made the decision that it had to be the two of them.
Okay, I've heard enough. Bethany, who would you choose to go back to the loft? And who would you choose to stay here in the conference room with us?
I think that Donna's had a great track record and she came into a new dynamic. I would bring Jim back and Howie. That's just what I think I would do.
Well, Donna, why don't you go back to the loft and the three of you wait outside.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bethany. I don't think you deserve to be here. I made the wrong choice. She might have just fired me on the spot for that.
I agree. I'm not worried about it at all.
Okay.
Ready to go? No. It's all business.
I don't like that I haven't expressed to her yet. Donna can't fit in with three people who...
I don't know why to say that. I don't know.
You should have said that.
Obviously,
Now
the
she's
biggest
gone.
problem with Donna, and now she's gone. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't know why we're all tiptoeing around Donna. She didn't help us win.
Well, it's coming out too late.
Yeah, I guess it is too late.
I just realized it now. I'll say it when I go in if I have to, just that I want it to be on the... I want the record to reflect it.
Okay, so let's bring him back. Julia, can you please send Jim, Bethany, and Howie back into the conference room?
Okay, I'll send them in. You can all go in now.
Say it. I want to say it.
You can do whatever you like.
Okay.
Bethany, why couldn't you motivate these guys? You were the project manager.
Well, I can't answer that question. I don't know, because I think that you know that I have put 500% into everything and worked like a dog. And to answer your question, Donna is a very qualified person. When she came into our team, she made it very clear that we were stressing her out, and she couldn't work if we were being, if we were brainstorming. She needed her quiet time.
Bethany,
and
Donna's not here, so this is a waste of time. Let's move on.
I mean,
Howie, do you think she's made the right decisions?
I think there were certain decisions that could have been made better.
Like what?
I mean, maybe, in reference to the whole sales pitch, instead of just saying, hey, how will you do it, maybe we should have dry-runned it first and right off the bat knew who was best qualified.
You're a salesperson and you said, I want to do it, and I don't think
Of course,
Jim
I'm
should
always
do it.
willing to do it,
But you
absolutely.
weren't willing to do it.
But you didn't practice until it was too late.
No. I was reading it. I had written the whole thing out.
But I said to you, Howie, just do it once. You said, well, I got to learn everything. I said, no, just
I
off the
want to sound
cuff.
like I know what I'm doing. I was reading
But
it.
I said, just off the cuff. Just ad-lib it. Just throw it to me. Give me something. Talk about it. And you said, I don't even know what this thing's called.
Well, I have to learn. I mean, I'm not an actor. I mean, I can't just,
You had all day to do it.
But you weren't supposed to be an
No,
actor. You were supposed to be a real person talking about a product.
But don't you want to sound intelligent and know about the product you're talking about? Should I just start rambling like an idiot? Maybe that's what you do.
I wasn't
don't
saying
ramble
you
like
had
an
to
idiot.
have everything perfect. I was saying,
I
just
don't have to
talk,
have perfect. I like
ad-lib.
to have facts.
Howie, you wouldn't play with the material.
All right, but let's not make it like I read it 20 times and don't ever rehearse it all night, and at the last minute I backed out and screwed things up. That's
I
not what
didn't say
happened.
that. You
All
had
right,
your information down, but you were never
okay.
willing to take the leap.
I mean, you're trying to push this off on me now. I mean, it's pretty funny.
This is getting us nowhere. Howie, you had the chance to really step up to the plate this time and really take hold of this sales pitch, and you didn't do it. Bethany, you recognize your faults. You keep telling me that you need to work on this or you need to work on that.
There is nothing that I would not do for hard work. I have such passion, such drive. I mean, I would just give you blood, sweat, and tears. In any arena, I'm willing to jump in. I'm willing to make a fool of myself. I'm willing to work to the end.
Your leadership skills are kind of sorely lacking. I think you could work on those. You just don't seem to be able to make a decision in a timely fashion. But I like your determination. Howie, you just aren't passionate enough. And this job at Martha Stewart Living requires a real passion, a feeling for the work. So, Howie, I just don't get what you would do in our kind of company. And I just want to say goodbye.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Thank you very much.
I feel terrible.
I'll let him go.
I feel terrible. You don't think I should say anything?
No, just let him go. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you.
I feel.
Howie.
I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. Please don't be
Just
mad at
get a
me. Please
handshake.
don't hate me. I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
All right,
I love
care.
you. I really do. I'm sorry. I just feel bad. I feel bad.
It's okay. Just relax.
Just doesn't have the passion.
He's not quite the risk taker.
No,
think.
I agree with
I
you.
think that's what it might be.
He doesn't have a competitive spirit in a funny way.
Well, he wants to compete when he knows he's going to win.
Well, I think that was the right decision.
No, I agree.
Letter to Howie. Dear Howie, I know you are successful, and I think that if you do put the effort in your own home-started business with your wife, it will burgeon and grow. You are proud of your customer base, continue to service it, and you will reap great rewards. Best wishes. It was nice to see you here. Martha Stewart.
Next week, the journey to become Martha's apprentice turns vicious.
I think what they're trying to do is set me up for failure.
So it's getting a little difficult.
Teams will be torn apart.
I've got a rogue member.
And one will be pushed to the breaking point.
I don't like hurting other people.
We can't do this.
Maybe this whole thing was just not for me.
It's time for me to go home.
The Apprentice, Martha Stewart, next Wednesday on NBC. For more on The Apprentice, go to NBC.com. And want to see what they didn't show you? Go to Yahoo and search Apprentice deleted scenes.
Now, Law and Order.